hardworking aspirants. So welcome to the class of art and culture, and today we are going to discuss Indian music and what this pic depicts, guys. It depicts Naurasas, and we will discuss about the Naurasas. Along with that, we'll be discussing about few of the noted performers that you see here are of the Carnatic music, and we'll also see some of the folk musics. Along with that, guys, what was the role of Indian music in the Indian freedom movement? We'll see all that in detail. But before that, a quick info for all of you. If you're preparing for UPSC CSE 2026-27 or you're preparing for TSPSC Group 1, guys, this is the opportunity for you to get enrolled very quick because the batches have started, and the more you delay, the less your chances of getting through the next year it will be. And along with that, guys, this is the opportunity one-on-one live mentorship by Deepika ma'am herself. Okay, the 20 plus years of experience that she has, that can help you to get quickly to the journey from an aspirant to an administrative officer. Well, guys, that was it. Let's begin our class of today, and today we are going to discuss about the Indian music. And when we talk about the Indian music, let's go a bit back and let's see in Indus Valley civilization. Yes, when we talk about the IVC or the Indus Valley civilization, we have found there Ravanhatha. Okay, it's a musical instrument and 7 folded flutes. We have found it over there. So what does it says, guys? It shows us that music was well developed at the time of Indus Valley civilization itself. Okay, and when we talk about our Vedas, you must have heard about the Sam Veda. Okay, you must have heard about the Sam Vedas. And guys, the Sam Vedas are the musical composition of the hymns of the Vedas. Okay, that is composed there. And in the Sam Veda, we also come to know about the 7 notes. Okay, the 7 notes that we talk about, the Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa, Dha, Ni, Sa. Okay, I'm not a musician, so maybe I'm pronouncing it here and there, but then that is there in the Sam Ved. And Sam Ved's one Upaved is also there. You might have heard about it. That is the Gandharva. You might have heard about it, guys, the Gandharva Ved. That is the Upaved of Sam Ved, and it is also known as the science of music. Also known as the science of music, guys. So please understand, these are the roots that we are talking about, and these roots are from where we have picked up our music. And Indian music, obviously, that is why is rooted back, you can say 2000 years back, and it can be even more further back than the 2000 years. So we are going to see all those things. First, let's see the classification of Indian music, guys. The classification of Indian music shows us that Indian music is divided mostly in 4 parts. Number 1, classical music. Number 2, you'll have folk music. Number 3 will be the popular or the contemporary music, and there is one more. What is that, guys? That is the classical music plus the folk music. When you join the classical as well as the folk music, guys, that is also a different classification of Indian music. And what it is exactly, guys, you might have heard about Sugam Sangeet. Okay, you might have heard about the Sugam Sangeet. You might have heard about the Ravindra Sangeet. Okay, the Sugam Sangeet, the Ravindra Sangeet, the Haveli Sangeet, and the Gana Sangeet. So what is it? It is the mixture of both classical and folk music. And this popular or the contemporary music, obviously most of you might know about it. You might have heard about rock, pop, jazz, blue, trance. All of these are what, guys? All of these are example of the popular or the contemporary music. So now let's come back to classical music and let's see. The classical music is divided into two parts. One is Hindustani music, that's the one from the North India, and the Carnatic music, that is the one from the South India. Okay, and we are going to go into the detail of it. Now, when we are talking about the classical music, we should also talk about Natya Shastra. And who wrote Natya Shastra, guys? Natya Shastra was written by Bharat Muni. Please remember it. It's an important point. Question gets asked from here. Okay, so you must know who wrote Natya Shastra. Natya Shastra, guys, was written by Bharat Muni, and somewhere the other you have 22 musical keys mentioned here. 22 musical keys there that are there is mentioned in this Natya Shastra of Bharat Muni. Somewhere the other, if you talk about the dating, it's somewhere the other 200 BC and 200 AD. This is the in between time this Natya Shastra was written. And when we talk about the Sangeet Ratnakar, here you have, guys, 264 ragas. 264 ragas are present in Sangeet Ratnakar, and it was written by Sarangadev. Okay, so you should know about this too. Sarangadev wrote this Sangeet Ratnakar, where you have this 264 ragas. Okay, now the types of classical music already we have seen, that is the Hindustani music, that's the North Indian one, and the Carnatic music, that's the South Indian one. Now let's see about this Natya Shastra, and let's see about this Nau Rasas. What is this Nau Rasas? Well, guys, when we talk about the music, we try to define it into three parts. One is the ras, okay, the emotions, that is. Second is the samay, okay, the time. And the third is thought. Okay, what is that? That is the grouping of the ragas done together. Like you might have heard someone say sare gama pada nisa, some say sare pada gama, something like that. When you group it together, then it is known as thought. But let's see this rasas or the Nau Rasas. What are these Nau Rasas? You must know about it. See, when we talk about the Nau Rasas, you have the Sringar Ras, that's the ras which evokes the love. Then you will have the Hasya Ras, obviously the humor. Then you have, guys, the Karuna Ras, the Raudra Ras, the Bhayanak Ras, and all the other rasas that are there. Okay, and this pic over here is depicting that very same thing, including the Santi. And guys, along with that, you must also remember there is one more ras out after the 9 rasas that we have talked. One more ras, and that is the devotional ras, the bhakti ras. Okay, so you should also remember, it might get asked sometimes. Now that was the Indian music part that we have seen, the classical part. Now let's see the folk music. Folk obviously comes from the lives of the people directly. Okay, and sometimes it is not trained as the classical music is trained in that way. Some of the important one, if you see, guys, in Bihu, Assam, Lavani in Maharashtra, Baul in Bengal, these are passed orally through the generations. Okay, so it is not that there is some book or there is some Vedas or Upavedas written for it. And this is, guys, for the popular and contemporary music that we have already seen. Now let's see some of the features and the origin of Hindustani music. So it was evolved during the 13th to 14th century under the Persian and Islamic influence. We are talking about the Hindustani music, and the key development was during the Delhi Sultanate and the Mughal era it was done. Okay, what are the features? Emphasize on improvisation and melodic structure and performance based on ragas and tals. That is done there. Now let's see raga. What is this raga? What does this raga means? Melodic framework. And guys, this raga comes from a Sanskrit word, that is ranj. This raga has come from a Sanskrit word meaning ranj. And what does this word ranj means? To delight, to make someone happy, to bring happiness. That's why you'll see when your mood is off, when you're not feeling good, or when you're in any sort of emotion, you're feeling bad, you're feeling like crying, you're feeling like laughing, you're feeling like enjoying, you're feeling like love. For every mood you'll find some or the other music to be there. Okay, even if you are doing gym, uh, playing a game, so music is something which evokes the emotions out of you. So that is why guys, this raga has come from the Sanskrit word ranj, which means to delight. Okay, now along with raga we also have tal. What is tal? Tal means the rhythmic pattern. Okay, the rhythmic pattern that is there. The alap, the introductory improvisation, when they start singing. I can't sing right now to make you understand, but the alap is the introductory, the starting that they take, the alap. Okay, that is called the alap. And the bandis, what is this bandis? This is the fixed composition. Okay, the fixed composition that will be sang together. So you have the raga, you have the tal, and along with that also remember there is swara. Okay, swara. And an easy example of swara I'll give you. This sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa, saptak or sargam. Okay, this comes under the swara only, the sargam or the saptak. Okay, so these all are the part of this music and the important component and the features. Okay, now let's see some of the important instruments, guys. We have the sitar, tabla, santoor, harmonium, sanai and sarod. You must know, guys, that which is having the strings, which is just blown, and with the help of the wind you play it. You must have that information. Sometimes that can get asked. Tansen, you must know about him. He was in the Mughal court. Okay, a very famous musician. Ustad Bismillah Khan, well known for Sanai. Ustad Zakir Hussain, well known for tabla. And Pandit Bhimsen Joshi, a very famous vocalist. Okay, so the khayal is the part where he sings. And this Kirana Gharana that you can see here, Pandit Bhimsen Joshi was a part of it. James of Agra Gharana, you can see the James of Kirana Gharana, you can see, and also you can see this Patiala Gharana. Okay, and along with this, guys, you can see the pics over here. It's this video we are doing on YouTube. That's why we can't go in very detail when we do these classes on the live and the live batches, guys. That time we can go into a bit more detail, but we have this time constraint. That's why we are just running with it. So let's now see about the Carnatic music, guys. What about the Carnatic music? So Carnatic music, when we see the origin, obviously it was originated in South India, flourished in the temples and the courts of South India. Okay, and then it was standardized by whom? It was standardized by the Purandaras. Okay, the father of Carnatic music. Now more composition were based on improvisation. Fixed set of ragas are there, and composition are called kritis. Please remember this can be asked, and it has been asked before also. What is kriti? The composition in the Carnatic music is called kriti. Again, the raga here will be melodic mode. The tala will be rhythm, that is the adi tala, rupak tala. Kriti will be composed pieces. And then here you have, guys, the alapana, the niraval, the kalpana swara are improvisation parts. All of these are the improvisation parts. Along with this, guys, please remember these ragas that we are seeing. There are 6 ragas. Okay, there are 6 ragas. You must know about few of them. Like there is rag bhairav. Okay, it's sung at the time of dawn, and it can be sung throughout the year. Okay, now you have Hindol. Then along with that you have rag Megh, you have rag Deepak, you have rag Sri, you have rag Malkos. Okay, so there are these 6 ragas that you should know about. Along with that, guys, this important instrument that you see, veena, mridangam, flute, violin, ghatam, these are the musical instrument of the Carnatic. Okay, and before this, the musical instruments that we have seen, if you remember here, guys, these are the important of the Hindustani musical instrument. Okay, so the North Indian ones are shown here, and the South Indian ones, that the Carnatic ones, are shown here. Now let's go ahead and let's see this few of the famous composers or the trinity of Carnatic music. Very important, you must know about it. One is Tyagaraja, and then you have Muthuswami Dikshtiya, and then along with him you have Syama Sastri. Okay, so you must remember they combined together are known as the trinity of the Carnatic music. Now noted performers, obviously MS Subbalakshmi, you must have heard about her. If not, please go and know about her. Then you have Lal Gudi Jayaraman, and along with him you have Balamurli Krishna. The noted figures or the musicians of the Carnatic music. Folk music of India, let's see a bit about the folk music of India. This Baul is from Bengal, Bhangra obviously you can see it's from Punjab. And guys, there are others also, like Punjab you have Bhangra and Gidda. In Bengal you have Baul. In Rajasthan you have Mand. Mand, what they do, they heroic and romantic tales are said there. Maharashtra you have Lavani, used in Tamasha theatre. Assam you have Bihu, that is spring festival songs, and Uttar Pradesh Kajri, Dadra, rainy season love songs are displayed there. Okay, this is Bihu, Lavani, Kajri, as you can see guys. And now we are coming to one of the last parts here. So Indian musical instruments, the Natya Shastra. Okay, it is divided in four parts that you can see. The first one is Tata Vadya. Tata Vadya, what does it mean? It is a stringed instrument. String is attached. String is attached. What are these? Veena, sitar, sarod, violin. Okay, all these have the strings. Then you have Avanadha Vadya, that is the percussion. Okay, where you are using this tabla, mridangam, pakhwaj. Okay, then you have Susir Vadya. Susir Vadya means wind instrument, like the flute and the sanai. And then you have the Ghana Vadya, that is the solid instrument, like the Manjira or the Jaltarang. Okay guys, so those were the part of it. Now let's once again see the important text on Indian music. We have already seen Natya Shastra by Bharat Muni. Okay, and along with that Sangeet Ratnakar. Okay, that was written by Sarangadev. Okay, so we get the details of both the Carnatic and Hindustani music there. Now we have also seen guys that this Indian music was used in the freedom movement, and especially by the people like Rabindranath Tagore, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, Subramaniam Bharati. This was used. Okay, and for that only still you will see there is a Rabindra Sangeet Academy in the name of Ravindraji. Okay, Sangeet Natak Academy, apex body for music, dance and drama, that is there. Along with this we have Speak Mackay, that is the NGO promoting Indian classical music in youth, and with that Doordarshan and All India Radio platform for classical and folk music. Music in contemporary India, fusion of Western and Indian music, well-known face A.R. Rahman. Along with him there are many others also used in film and theatre, and obviously it's very popular. More popular than the classical one. Let's see some of the questions guys. Which of the following instrument is classified as an Avanadha Vadya? Okay, we have right now, just before this we have seen what was Avanadha Vadya. Which one of the following is classified? What is the right answer guys? The right answer here is tabla. Avanadha Vadya refers to percussion instrument. Okay, the percussion instrument that we use. Okay, and tabla falls under this category. Whereas Veena is Tatavadya, that is the string, flute is the Susir Vadya, that is the wind, and Jal Taranga is the Ghana Vadya, that is the solid one. Let's see the next question. Which of the following is not correctly matched? Sitar, string instrument, Mridangam, percussion instrument, Sehnai, wind instrument, and Manjira, membraphone. Okay, let's see what is the right answer guys. Manjira. Manjira is a Ghana Vadya, we have seen it just before. It's a solid instrument, not a membraphone, which uses stretched skins. Okay, so Manjira is a solid one. Now, which among the following pairs are correctly matched? Tattvadya is Sarod. Okay, Susir Vadya is Sahnai. Okay, Avanadha Vadya is Jal Tarang, okay. Ghana Vadya is Manjira, okay. If you see guys, the 1, 2 and 4, those appear to be correct, and Jal Tarang is not Ghana, rather it is not Avanadha, it is Ghana, okay. So you see 1, 2 and 4 was the correct answer there. Consider the following statement: violin is used in both Hindustani and Carnatic music, okay. Mridangam is commonly used in Hindustani classical music, okay. And Pakhwaz is considered as a percussor to tabla, okay. 1 and 3 is correct. Violin is used in both the traditions. Mridangam is mainly used in Carnatic, not Hindustani music. And Pakhwaj, a barrel set drum, is considered the ancestor of the modern tabla. Okay, that is why number 2 is not correct. 1 and 3 are correct. With reference to the cultural history of India, this question was asked in UPSC Prelims 2017. Let's see the question. Most of the Tyagaraja Kritis are devotional song in praise of Lord Krishna. Here you have to see whether it was for Lord Krishna or Lord Rama. Tyagaraja created several new ragas, okay. Annamacharya and Tyagaraja are contemporaries, okay. Annamacharya composed songs in praise of Lord Venkateshwara. Okay, what is the right answer here guys? 2 and 4. Number 1 is incorrect. He composed it in the praise of Lord Rama, not Krishna. Then you see the statement 2 is correct. He indeed created several new ragas. Statement 3 again incorrect. Annamacharya is in 15th century, Tyagaraja in 18th century. And statement 4 again is correct. Annamacharya wrote devotional song dedicated to Lord Venkateshwara of Tirumala. Okay guys, so with that we have come to the end of this musical class where there was no music other than me speaking. But anyways guys, we'll meet again in another class of art and culture. But again, if you're preparing for UPSC, TSPSC or APPSC guys, this is the opportunity for you to get one-on-one live mentorship by Deepika ma'am. And again I am saying, this mentorship is make or break for the students. You know, sometimes there are aspirants wasting 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 years and they don't know exactly what they should do. So you can call on these numbers and inquire about it. Till then, keep working hard and keep preparing for success.